Game Developers Conference is going on this week in San Francisco, and our own Scott Jones headed over there to ask attendees about what they've seen so far.
All right, so I'm here with former host of Press Pause and friend of the show, Carlos Rodella, host of the awesome Screen Tear on GameSpot. If you haven't seen it, pretty cool. Check it out. So what have you been doing here at the show?
Well, yesterday we did some recording for Screen Tear, actually.
Nice.
And I got slapped in the face by a lot of women, and it was hilarious. Well,
and also by friend of the show, Tara, I saw.
Tara slapped me. And I actually did a little mind game with her, so she would get mad at me, and she slapped me really hard. Like, wow. I'm still sore. It was awesome.
Cool.
Television.
Good on you, Tara. All right, so what else?
Well, not a lot, because we've been shooting a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But the one thing that I have to share is pretty cool is that I went to the IGF. You were there with us, and we were looking at some games, and I found this one called Storyteller.
I did see that.
So cool. Yeah, you were there for a minute for it.
Yeah.
And it's just like the idea of like putting these stories together with all these different options. It's so hard to explain. Just go to Google Storyteller.
Yeah.
So anyways, the point is I was talking to that guy, and then after you left, I talked to him for a while. Fast forward to later that evening, and me and Ryan from GameSpot decided we were behind the scenes at the award show, and so we ended up doing the behind the scenes, like talk to the guys after they come off.
The winners.
With the winners.
Yeah.
And so one of the guys was him. He won.
Oh yeah, I saw the award.
Yeah, it was so cool. And what we were doing, the other thing that was fun is we had everybody dance. One of my ideas was like make them all do a victory dance, and so they all were dancing. And at some point, I got to dance with that guy. And I was like, there's a perfect full circle. That guy's game is really awesome. And then, yeah.
Cool.
Also, I got to see the indie game, the movie.
I've heard about that. I want to see it. Is it as good as people are saying?
Let me explain to you. It is a brilliant film, minus the fact that it's about video games. It's like a really, really good film. And so I was actually lucky enough to talk to the makers of it after.
Oh, nice.
And just thanked them, profusely, because it's just a smart movie. I got a little teary. I got a little teared up. I'm serious.
All right. Well,
and it was just a smart movie in general, besides it being about video games.
Cool.
Indie game, the movie.
I've seen the trailer. I've been wanting, and now I have the first review.
Oh my goodness. Go see it. Yeah. And if it's in theaters anywhere near you, go see it.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Rodella, sir. Much luck to you.
I'm going to go to sleep now.
Yes, please do. And I will probably be following suit soon. So,
all right.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, guys. So we're at the Techno Dance Party energy drink thing going on here with former long-form show co-host Dan Shu of BitMob.
And VentureBeat.
It's true, yeah. You guys just recently merging with VentureBeat, right?
We're still in the process of doing that, yeah. But eventually they'll be all under one company in the gaming division of VentureBeat called GamesBeat.
That's pretty awesome, dude. Congratulations.
With the music, with the beat thing, and the techno music.
There you go, exactly. Yes, we're turning the beat around, as it were. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So what have you been doing here at the show?
Trying to stay awake, basically. It's been so tough.
I've been getting that a lot. I talked to Carlos, your co-host, a little while ago, and he's pretty much said the same thing.
Yeah, it's super tiring. There's so much to see, and there's just not enough time, actually, right? There's so many overlapping panels, a lot of people that want your attention, so it's really tough. I can't complain, right?
Oh, God, no. I mean, it's a good tired.
Yeah.
So what is the most interesting thing you've seen or you've heard about so far?
Well, I think on a big picture level, like you're getting a lot of talk about how like mobile is it, right? Like traditional dedicated consoles, they're going to be dead. There's maybe one more generation left, and then everyone's going to have a mobile. Everyone's going to leave console development behind. So I'm hearing that all over the place.
Right. Well, I mean, they had the big iPad announcement yesterday, and that thing is supposed to be really smoking for games.
Yeah.
With the quad-core GPU, so they might not be entirely wrong.
Yeah, and then even more than that, I think developers are excited about phones, right? They're like, just know your mom's playing games on phones, grandma's playing games on phones, hardcore gamers are playing games on phones. So that's the big thing, is they just don't see. I think the days of multi-million-dollar budgets and huge 200 people development teams, I think that's kind of going away.
I don't see it completely going away anytime soon, but I think a lot of developers probably will take this and maybe branch off a couple of teams to start working on smaller games, and that way that could be a good way to supplement maybe doing the bigger things if they want to.
Yeah, and I think you're going to experiment with that for a little while as they make more and more money. Then it, like maybe like, all right, let's put more resources that way. So I think it's not going to happen overnight. Again, it might take another generation of consoles, but that's sort of the vibe that you get from this GDC for sure.
Well, I mean, just look at Epic. I mean, they're known for their big games like Gears of War, but then you've got Infinity Blade, and that just kind of blew up.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is the technology's getting better, right? So now they can do a lot of the similar experiences they used to do only for home consoles now on mobile markets. So it's sort of like, you remember back in the day, arcade games, when you could first bring them home, it was really exciting.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, we could play Street Fighter 2 at home. So now, we're in a generation where they're trying to bring those experiences to the handheld market, portable devices. We're getting a lot of indie gamers who aren't kind of beholden to publishers. They're not like, oh, I have to make so much money, I have to sell so many units, I have to steal ideas from Grand Theft Auto / Call of Duty / whatever. They get to experiment and try really radical new things. So now it's almost like the indie developers are kind of paving the way, and then the big publishers will kind of follow behind them and kind of see what works, what doesn't work, and they're going to bring in their own big hits, of course.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't even need like big publishers now. If you've got like Steam and you've got XBLA and PSN, you can do it yourself.
Yep.
So, awesome. Well, dude, have fun here at GDC. It's been great to talk to you. Shu at BitMob, soon to be.
Well, I'm there now. I'm at GameSpeak right now. So
now.
Yeah, we had 2 different companies, but they will all be GameSpeak eventually.
All right. So GameSpeak coming soon. Dan Shu. See you later. All right, guys. I'm here with Dean Takahashi. Very well-known writer. You've written several books. So what are you doing here at GDC? What are you looking at?
Well, I always like to come and sort of check out who's kind of in the business of disruption, who's shaking up the game industry. So not necessarily sort of the core companies, but the people out on the edge like Zynga. So here they just gave a keynote speech and talked about how they're signing up third parties to join them on Zynga.com and to publish games for third parties on Facebook. And so they announced Konami was going to be one of those.
Oh, nice.
And that's kind of like, that's that'll make your head spin.
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. I mean, they kind of been there doing their own thing for a while, and I had recently heard they were trying to create their own platform, and I think maybe this might be part of that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of benefits that Zynga can bring to some of these publishers. Like, they can put their games in front of 240 million monthly active users. And,
exactly. Yeah, I mean, Zynga's kind of cornered the market on Facebook games, and a lot of people who don't normally play games definitely like to play those kind of games. So it's definitely within the publisher's best interest, I think. Yeah. So have you seen anything interesting? Anything caught your attention that you've been here other than that?
Mm-hmm. I went to a Google session that was interesting as well, and they're also trying to disrupt Facebook. And they said that by the time you come back next year, they're going to just be talking about Google games, and so that means they're going to integrate the different sort of islands they have now, like Chrome games and Android games and Google Plus games, and then now they're just going to bring it all together. That'll be very valuable to a lot of game companies as well.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they can integrate, like if you've got a game that you're playing on a Chrome browser and you've also got an Android phone and you've got the same game, maybe continue playing. That could be really cool. Awesome. Did you go to any of the panels? Any interesting? I mean, you've talked about Google and talked about Zynga.
I went to Facebook's mobile panel as well, and Facebook had said that they paid $1.4 billion to game companies last year, mostly game companies, and they're making their move into mobile. That's half their users now, and the big sort of benefit that they can bring is that you can get your stuff more easily noticed through Facebook on mobile, because they kind of spam people with a lot of different messages all over the place.
I have noticed that about Facebook.
Every single word you play in Words with Friends could actually be broadcast out to a bunch of other people, and then they discover the app because they saw that happen, right?
So note to self, don't play Words with Friends on my timeline. All right, well, thank you very much, and have a good GDC.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, that's that seemed like a lot of fun. I wish I was there. If you want to check out any of our other GDC videos and our past episodes, go to presspause.mevio.com, or you can check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/presspausemevio.
You know what's even better than video games? Saving money.
Get the latest shoes, clothes, and accessories at footlocker.com. Everything from a new pair of Nikes to a backpack, hat, or watch. And Press Pause will help you save money as well. Want to save 15% off your order of $75 or more? Just use the code AFPress4 when you check out and save today.
Dude, that's awesome. Save yourself some money.